Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Out of Austin here, and today I'm back for episode number 3 of my Buffalo Bills franchise series here on Madden NFL 18. So today we're back with week number 3 going up against the Denver Broncos, coming off of an encouraging victory on the road against the Carolina Panthers. And the Bills certainly showed some friskiness, if nothing else, in that game. Maybe they can overperform or overachieve this year. Expectations not too high, especially after the trades of Sammy Watkins and Ronald Darby. But the Bills, like I said, showed something a little bit against that Carolina team last week. And we've got another tough matchup here going up against one of the best defenses in the league in the Denver Broncos. Luckily for us, we are back at home, and this should be a good game for our defense. This is an opportunity. We've gone up against not so great offense, obviously, week 1, but we still struggled against the Jets. And then week 2, we had a tough matchup against Carolina. They played a lot better in the second half. And this is an offense that we should not really have too much of a problem handling. So it's going to be an interesting test for our defense to see what they can do. Here is the starting lineup for Denver, as here is Trevor Siemian on 3rd and 1, handing it off to Jamal Charles, who was stuffed in the backfield by Humber. So that is going to go for 4th down. We get the ball back now in the first quarter. Sun is out here in Buffalo, and that is going to be hauled in by Jones, but short of the first down marker, so we punt it away. Defenses ruling the game early. It's C.J. Anderson, though, on a big breakout carry across the 50, 40 being chased. He is brought down, but not before he picks up a huge gain, gets the ball all the way to the Buffalo 35. Here was a terrible play call, though. I don't know what kind of play action pass that was. Lorenzo Alexander gets back there for the easy sack. 3rd and very long coming up. And it's Siemian dropping back, forced to make a play, fires well short of the first down marker. Not even sure Charles caught that one in bounds anyway, so we get the ball back. And it's Shady McCoy, who had the big week last week, utilizing the stretch play once again, just like we did in last week's game, as McCoy gets a big carry there. I promise I will not abuse it as much as I did in last week's episode. Now Taylor firing this one up. That is hauled in by Jones. Not even quite sure how he got to that one before Chris Harris, but he did just that. A very nice grab. Now 3rd and 3 later in the drive. Play action fake. Taylor just going to run for the first down there, as that was easy enough. Didn't want to risk the throw. There is an injury on the play, and you'll notice McCoy is out of the game. It's Tolbert in, so you can guess who got banged up. Tolbert does a run 17 yards into the end zone for the score. A nice run by Mike Tolbert, but indeed it is a pretty bad injury for LaShawn McCoy, a shoulder tear that is going to knock him out for this week and potentially even longer. Could be, something like a month-long injury, something along those lines. So that is a really nice throw on the run by Siemian to find Charles over the middle on 3rd down. That's going to extend the drive. Now Siemian on 1st and 10, going with the play-action screen. He's got Demarius Thomas, who makes a couple guys miss. And just like that, Denver answers right back. They tie the game up at 7. And now we are all knotted up. So Taylor dropping back, looking deep, trying to answer back on his own. He's got Jordan Matthews, who comes down with it. A big gain there for the Bills. So we get the ball into Denver territory. But on 3rd down, we're not able to convert. That ball falls incomplete. Could have been intercepted there. So it is going to be Stephen Hauschka out for a 51 or 50-yard field goal. That kick is up and good. And the Bills retake the lead now 10-7. On top early in the second quarter. Siemian dropping back, looking left side. That ball is caught Emmanuel Sanders. A nice tackle by E.J. Gaines, but he got beat in coverage there, and that allowed the long completion. Now C.J. Anderson back to doing work on the ground. He has been effective so far today, and he gains about 6 or 7 there. 3rd and 4 coming up. Jamal Charles is brought down. There is a flag on the play, and it looks like this is going to go against the Broncos, so we would decline. 4th down coming up. And that is going to lead to a field goal attempt for Brandon McManus. That one is through and good. So 10-10 is the score. The Broncos tie the game back up. They would get the ball back here late in the, or not, about midway through the second quarter, under 6 minutes to play. That is a nice sideline grab for the first down. Drive continuing. 2nd and 5. Siemian pressured, but he gets rid of it quickly and finds his man. Siemian is 9 of 10 already today, throwing the ball pretty effectively as he has in real life so far this season. There he's going to find Jamal Charles, but that is short of the first down marker. So 4th and 7 coming up. Another field goal attempt here for the Broncos. And this one is up and good. That will make it 13-10 as they take the lead for the first time today, I do believe. Now it is Taylor who gets hit as he throws, firing it up, and it is intercepted. A nice play by Chris Harris. Tried to force another deep ball to Jones, who did not exactly beat his man there. And Harris comes down with the play. Tough to test one of the probably the best secondary in the NFL, and a secondary that does have some playmakers, not only just good coverage guys, but playmakers in guys like Chris Harris and Aqib Talib. So the ball now moving down the field for Denver. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Simeon moving the ball pretty effectively through the air. That is a nice play by the defensive back, though, to jar that one loose before the receiver could get possession. That field goal almost blocked, but instead it is up and good. Make it 16-10 Denver now. 3 field goals for them in this half. Could be a good sign, could be a bad sign for Buffalo. Who knows? They are certainly moving the ball effectively, but we've come up with these stops when we've needed them. It's Philly Brown, who should have had the first down there, but they end up calling holding, so that's going to make it 1st and 20 instead. And on 1st and 20, Taylor dropping back. He gets hit as he throws. He does find his man. This time it's Jones who gets back all of that yardage and then some and getting the first down there. Drive continuing, 2nd and 10. Taylor dropping back, looking over the middle, but it's intercepted. That was a really nice play by Brandon Marshall, who jumped the route, and he ends up picking off that pass. So the Broncos a chance to add even more points on the scoreboard before the end of the first half. That ball gets them well within field goal range now as the ball's on the 17-yard line. Could be the last play before they attempt a field goal. So they go for the end zone, and it's Virgil Green making the grab. He was left wide open over the middle, and that does it for, almost does it for the first half. Taylor looking for a Hail Mary attempt here. I don't even know why I threw this ball. It was so obviously going to be intercepted. I am just doing Tyrod Taylor no favors on the stat sheet, that is for sure. And the Broncos will take a 13-point lead into the half. 23-13 is the score. So far, not a terrible performance by Buffalo. I think, we kept the game pretty close up until kind of the end there. It got a little bit away from us towards the end of the first half, so we're going to have to try and right that ship and get back to how we were playing in the first quarter here as we enter the second half. That is another pass interference call, that time on Aqib Talib. So, a big thing is once we lost LaShawn McCoy, we were obviously having a lot of trouble moving the ball on the ground. I put in Tywan Jones over Mike Tolbert, though, and Jones was able to move the ball a little bit more effectively than Tolbert had. I don't know if it's just the way I play or if it's kind of this system, but it certainly seems to work better when I used a speed running back. There was another, that was a really ticky-tack pass interference call. I'm not really sure about that one, but we get the ball well within field goal range here in the red zone even, and it's an 8-yard touchdown run for Tyrod Taylor, who once again breaks out the hotline bling. That seems to be his celebration of choice on rushing touchdowns. So ensuing kickoff for the Broncos, 23-17 the score. Now it's Emmanuel Sanders on the return, gets out to about the 35-yard line, but he loses the football. It's recovered by Preston Brown or Lorenzo Alexander, and the Bills get the ball back now with a prime opportunity to try and tie up the game, maybe take the lead. Unfortunately, we go 3 and out, so it's a field goal attempt for Hauschka. He's got the wind at his back, though, and he is going to knock that one up and through, so that makes it 23-20. That keeps it a 3-point game here for Denver. Simeon now with the ball back. Their offense gets their first opportunity in the second half, and it's Demaryius Thomas making the most of the chance as he makes a man miss. He's got a first down there. 3rd and 3 coming up. Simeon now dropping back, plenty of time. Finally fires it short, and he's got C.J. Anderson who gets to the sideline and gets the first down. The drive will continue now. Anderson on the handoff, up the middle, stiff arms one defender, and is finally brought down, but not before picking up another gain of about 12 or 15 yards there. Later in the drive, 2nd and inches, another blitz call by the Bills. He fires short to Virgil Green, who was open, and we've got another banged-up player on the field there. Not sure who it was that time, but it's Simeon dropping back on 1st and 10 inside the red zone, and he's got Virgil Green for the 2nd time today. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. That makes it a 10-point lead once again for the Broncos. 32-20 is the score. Now how will the Bills answer back? It's Zay Jones making the grab there for the first down as we move the ball across midfield now. 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Taylor Domata Peko with the sack. He is on the Broncos this year. I actually didn't even know that was the case, but maybe that's just in my franchise. Who knows? Either way, then this is just getting foolish on my part. This was kind of the backbreaker. I made a very dumb decision to not just tuck that ball and take the sack. Tried to make something happen. Instead, it's a fumble, and that is returned all the way to the end zone. 36-20. This was kind of a big play here, though. We do get the block on the extra point, and the only reason that this is big is because it does keep it a 2-score game. We do need 2 two-point conversions, but as we saw in the Super Bowl, a 16-point comeback is very possible with only 2 possessions needed. So kind of an important play there. We'll see if it comes back to bite Denver. And it's Philly Brown getting loose, and he's in. Touchdown Bill. So just like that, They are a 2-point conversion away from making it a 1-score game again. Now Taylor with the ball out of the shotgun on the 2-pointer. That is picked off, and it's Derek Wolfe trying to run this one back. Remember, if he makes it to the end zone, Denver gets 2 points. So hopefully one of our speed guys, and yes, finally one of our speed guys, Andre Holmes, chases him down. Saves us a couple of points there, but that keeps it a 10-point game, which keeps it a 2-score game. So a pretty important play there on that failed 2-pointer. Now Denver trying to extend the lead and run some clock off. 3rd and 3, that ball, or that is C.J. Anderson, who was stopped short of the first down marker. So we would potentially get the ball back. They're going for a really foolishly long field goal. This is like, I can't even calculate it in my head, maybe 66 yards or something, and like not even close. So we get the ball back in really, really good field position. Ball on the 42, but I take another sack there. That is also something I've honestly just never been good with, like pocket presence in Madden. I'm always staring down the field and like almost never have my eyes on the pocket. So 3rd and 17, I fire it up. That goes incomplete. 4th down, we're going to have to punt it away. And this is going to be a good one by our punter, fortunately. It's going to bounce inside of the 5, and then great coverage by the safety, Johnson. That is one of our backup safeties. So that downs them at the 1-yard line. 1st and 10, trying to get the safety. Now, that would have been huge because if he got in the safety, it would have been a 1-point game again. So I sent the blitz there at 1st down, but Anderson ran forward, gave them some breathing room, and then look at him missing, making a couple guys miss, making 3 guys miss there, as that is going to advance the ball even further up the field. The Denver drive and now starting to pick up some steam. There is another nice 4th down stop, though. So they're going to go for another ridiculously long field goal. This would tie an NFL record at 63 yards. It would not tie the NFL record, actually. The NFL record's 64 now, but still a 63-yard field goal, and it's good. Oh, my goodness. That was, even though it keeps it a 2-score game, doesn't really change things. Like, that's pretty much when I knew that I had no chance in this game, is when Brandon McManus made a 63-yard field goal on me. And then I throw an interception in there for good measure, because why not? It's not like it's, it's kind of like diminishing returns. Like, each interception for Taylor only makes him look so much worse. It's really like those first, 9 or so that I threw this season that I think kind of established himself, or maybe established me as a pretty bad quarterback in this game. But anyway, Broncos driving further down the field. That makes it 46-2. Well, they're going to go for 2. That's going to make it 47-26. Now a full 21-point 3-touchdown lead for the Broncos. So kind of just playing for stats at this point. And it is Taylor firing it up. And, if you're playing for stats, you might as well just add another interception into the stat column. So that's going to finish this game off. We fought hard for, kind of bits and pieces. I guess we kind of just didn't really play for 60 minutes. Like the fumble 6 and, a couple of the plays like at the end of the half, kind of letting them get out to that 13-point lead. Sort of where you look back at this game and say that's kind of where it got away from us. But we competed for the most part with this Denver team. It certainly didn't feel like a 21-point blowout loss at home. Felt more like a close game against a pretty good team. So maybe some positives to take from this. Who knows? That's kind of where we're at with this season. It's a rebuilding year. It's going to be that kind of year for the Bills. So that is going to do it. I hope you guys did enjoy. We've got some stats coming up here. I don't know if you care to look at just how many interceptions I threw, but it was 5 in case you were wondering. I don't think I threw any last week either. That's the amazing thing. I went 4 in week 1, none last week, and then 5 this week. Zay Jones, though, had a big day, 108 yards on 4 catches, and there you see the sack totals. Our offensive line has not been very good. That's definitely something we're going to have to address in the offseason, but that's going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'm out. Peace.